Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2024 Chevrolet Corvette C8 Coupe. This is a 2LT with the Z51 package. It's finished off in torch red, and the MSRPs start right around $76,000. So let's start off with what powers the mid-engine Corvette C8. In back, you will notice the 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8. It is paired to a 6-speed dual clutch automatic transmission, and this pumps out 495 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque, an increase in 5 horsepower and 5 pound-feet of torque with that performance exhaust. This is rear-wheel drive. It is capable of 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds with its 3,300 pound curb weight. Top speed is 194. And as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking right around 19 in the city and 27 out on the highway. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Chevrolet Corvette, this is the first Corvette to be a mid-engine. This was introduced in 2020, so we are a few years into this now. As we move on to the exterior styling, it still retains a lot of what the Corvette design is. So up front, we have the Corvette badge right in the middle. Nice lines that come down the hood there. Very nice flush set of headlight housings with the LEDs for all of the lighting, but they are almost horizontal with their shape. Still gives it a great look though. We have cameras up front along with a lot of gloss black and plenty of cutouts to provide cooling for all the components up front. Z51 also adds that lower spoiler there. And then being a mid-engine vehicle, we do have some room up front. You can use the button on the key fob or the hidden button on that driver's side, where you can place some bags. It's not a whole lot of space, but it is very roomy, especially with a 2-seater. Having that additional space is definitely beneficial. And then you can easily close that up. We do have the soft close for the 24-year models now for up front, just like in the rear now. And with the Z51, you get an upgrade for the suspension as well as the brakes. We have a staggered setup for the wheels, so they're 19s and 20s, finished off in gloss black there. There's also a lower side skirt piece, and with the Chevrolet Corvette, that passenger mirror is actually longer than the driver's side, so they are asymmetrical just to give you some more visibility out of this passenger side. There's the turn signal, and then like I mentioned earlier, this is the coupe. However, it does have the target top, so you can remove this entire panel and put it in the back to take it with you. Really cool gloss black trim accent on the back of the door handle there. And then a few of the lines on the side retain similar Corvettes, but of course it's a little bit different. And then in back, Z51 provides you with a small mounted spoiler. You can opt for this larger pedestal one. And then there's the LED taillights with that 3D design, darker housing. There's a backup camera, all the sensors, and some more gloss black in that lower diffuser. And this does have remote start. So if we lock it, let's bring this to life. Definitely has a great look or sound to it. Now, as we work our way back, you notice that I pushed the button on the door panel. You can actually use the one underneath to open this back up. And now we can look a little bit more at the rear storage. So not only can the top fit back here, but 2 golf bags should fit back here as well. And then you just have enough space for actually daily driving. You put groceries back there, whatever you may have. Makes it for a very practical daily driving supercar, which is awesome to see. Now, as we work our way to the interior, we have leather on the door panel, as well as brushed aluminum accents, Bose audio. There's your release for the front and rear, more storage. We have the window adjustments, side mirror controls, which are power folding, and those memory seating adjustments. And then take a look at the bolstering support for these seats. There's carbon fiber as well, red seat belts. They are automatic, so all of those controls are down on the side. And these are the manual releases. So if the battery fails and you can't use this control to get out, simply just pull on that and that will let you exit the vehicle. Now, this model has a Alcantara steering wheel, cruise control on the left side. There's favorites, volume, massive paddle shifters. This has a heated steering wheel. There's Bluetooth and voice commands, and then these controls go through that digital gauge cluster. So we will fire it back up, where you have a few different settings you can go into. Currently, this is the track view. So if we go into the display design, you can actually change it just depending on what you would like to see. I think track is a very cool one to go through, but with it just in the normal setting here, you can scroll through and go over to maintenance, so you can monitor all of these vitals. You can also look at audio. Under performance, you have 0 to 60, your PDR, and your G-force meter, and then you have some other vitals that you can easily go through. So not a ton of information, but it's nice that you have those configurabilities. Now on this left side, these are the head-up display adjustments. So you can actually go through a few different settings depending on how you're driving and the information that you would like to see. Pretty neat to have those adjustments too. Now for the infotainment system, it is actually angled towards the driver. So from the passenger side, it is a little bit hard to see. So this is mainly driver focused. Very easy to go through. Again, not a ton of info, but it gives you everything that you need to go through with shortcuts in the bottom there. Now this has traction control as well as a shortcut to the camera system. So if you're pulling into a parking space or you just need that added visibility, you can quickly pull that up. This Z51 is missing the front end lift, which is an option you can go with. We have reverse to pull up that camera. There's drive, manual setting, and then neutral and park. And then we have the different driving modes. There's sport, tour, track, and a my mode. That will also change the exhaust and a few other of those settings there, depending on how you are driving for the day. Now there's 2 cup holders in the middle, and then we have this stack of controls. Driver controls are up top for your temperature, heated and ventilated seats. Climate adjustments are in the middle, and then you have your passenger controls at the very bottom. Now there's actually a good bit of space in the middle. Wireless charging is behind that. Glove box has plenty of space too. And then we have the camera system in the rear view mirror. So this is your normal visibility. And then if you need even more, just flip that up. And like I mentioned earlier, being the coupe, we do have the target top. So simply lift those 2, push this button up front to release that. You can lift this up and then store it in the back. I show how to do this in the full review, but it's actually pretty easy to do with one person. And then this is your normal visibility for a mid-engine vehicle. It's something you get used to. Like I said, I own an Audi R8, and it's about the same as that. I wouldn't say it's bad, it's just something that you have to get used to when driving. Now let's go ahead and get this out on the road. And from second gear, here we go. And it's really quick with those shifts, as you would expect from a DCT. Now this also has launch control, which we did test in the press vehicle that we had. And this even has the ability to rev while moving. So pull on both paddles, that's neutral. And you can rev it, let go of both paddles, and now we're back in gear, which is really cool to see. So that way you can rev it up at car shows, whatever it may be, and not have to put it in neutral and mess with that. But now that we're behind the wheel of this mid $70,000 non-exotic supercar, this is a nice place to be. You have plenty of visibility out of the front. You do have good visibility out of the back too. This is a huge plus, having the digital rear view camera. The C8's been around for 4 years now, and we are finally seeing them on dealership lots. So they're getting a little bit more attainable now that there's not a huge wait list for them. That's why I canceled mine after 1.5 years of waiting. I just wanted to move on to something else. But if you're looking for one, you can actually test drive one now, get it on the road, see what you think of it, and actually pick a few different options with what's available. Now there's also a lot of options that you can get speccing one out with a 1LT, 2LT, 3LT. Now we have the Z06, and you have so many different options within those price ranges there. So just depending on what you want, what interior you want, you can go with 2 tones as well for your interiors. You can get different seats. There's a lot that you can go through to really customize this supercar the way that you would like to. And with one last acceleration, that is going to end it for today's video, checking out the 2024 Chevrolet Corvette C8. Once again, a huge shout out to Randy Marion Chevrolet for providing this for me today. Check out their website. That link is down in the description. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.